It feels amazing to be back. So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about loneliness and alone time. I moved countries recently to Toronto, and this is the third time that I have moved countries. Actually, let me elaborate. So, I was born in Moscow. I lived there for 8 years, and then I moved to UAE, Ras Al Khaimah. I lived there for 5 years, and then I moved to New Zealand. I lived in New Zealand for 6 years, and then I moved back to Moscow for a year and a half, and now I moved to Toronto, and I'm here at the moment. So this is like the third, fourth time that I have moved countries. Yeah, let's call it the fourth. And, adapting and moving to a whole different environment is a skill. First, I was rejecting this lifestyle. I was always overthinking and going against it. I would always question on why did I move countries so much? I just want to, make friends and get comfortable with one area. And people that probably grew up in one place their whole life, they're probably thinking the opposite. Wow, I really want to live in different places and move and experience the world, which is, in fact, amazing. And I think everyone has to find the opportunities to travel and see the world, because that is important. It widens your spectrum and view on the world. You get to experience different cultures, different people, and it's just beautiful. I love traveling, and this video is on alone time, loneliness, and moving countries. With that comes loneliness. When I usually feel lonely, that's when I grow the most. Right now, I have no friends. All I do is go on dates. That's like my social part of my life. I go on dates. And it's not that there are no kind, beautiful, empowering girls out there, which is what I'm looking for in my future friends. It's just harder to make them, especially right now. I don't go to university or college. I don't go to work. Everything's remote for me. Everything's remote. And I've gone through ups and downs, but mostly ups. When I moved from New Zealand to Moscow, it was one of the hardest transitions that I have ever dealt with, and I don't know why. Well, I moved to Moscow in winter, then the war started. It was cold, and of course, English feels more like my first language, so being in a Russian environment, I had different values, and I just didn't feel like I fit in. People are very different, and of course, if you grew up in America, you would have an American mindset. Okay, you know what? It always depends. It depends on absolutely everything. People are very quite different, but where you're from is usually how you connect with people as well, because that's like the starting link, the starting factor. Again, not always. Hobbies and that kind of stuff is what makes people get along and find friends. But the loneliness, my life has improved so much. And when I say improved and life, I mean me and my mental state. I got into reading 2 years ago, and I've read so many books. And one that I'm reading right now is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Flip. You know what I mean. That book, at the start of reading it, it kind of scared me a little, because I felt like it was telling me the truth that I needed to hear. And at first I thought, what is this guy talking about? I felt like the concepts of the book were pushed upon me. But I chose to get that book off the Facebook marketplace, and I chose to start reading it. And with books, I swear they come at the perfect time in your life. So if you're thinking about getting a book, get one that's on your mind, and it will fit you. You need to hear what's in the book right now in this moment. And what I want to encourage you is to become your own best friend, no matter what happens in life. No matter where you end up and to what point in life you get, you could always count on yourself if you build an important relationship with yourself. And you are your own best friend. Your mind has to be your calm. It can be your person, it could be your place that you feel safe. Any situation, anything that can happen in your life, you've got yourself. You're there for you. You love yourself and you care for yourself and you develop and evolve and you learn about yourself and you gain knowledge, and your mind is a powerful place. Don't forget living in the present, but your mind is what we're here with in this life. So you have to become your own best friend. And if I were to think of my favorite tips that I have learned throughout the past 2 years of becoming my own best friend, my tips would probably be the most important: spend time alone. Be by yourself. If you want to go do something, you go do it. You don't need a friend to be by your side. Even if it is nice and you do have friends out there that can come and join you, make yourself a little uncomfortable. Go alone. Experience it. See what it's like. And just do more alone things. It could be anything. Just push yourself a little out of your comfort zone. A little bit. Another tip that I would probably give you is start journaling. It's such a basic tip, it may sound, but journaling and writing down your feelings is the most in the now thing that you can do. You are putting time in to write what's on your mind, and that's really powerful. I've been journaling for quite some times now. I love it. Sometimes, let's say if I have insomnia, which I did have a couple of days ago, what I did the next night is I turned off my phone for an hour before bed. I journaled throughout that hour. No phone, just me and my thoughts, and just grounding myself and being in the present and writing down everything that's on my mind helped me. It helped me be there right now, write everything down and let it go. And then I could have an amazing start to my next day, because everything I felt in that moment is done and dusted. It's evaluated, it's written down, and it's gone. It's gone. And the third tip that I would suggest is to find a hobby. Find a routine or a hobby that makes you uncomfortable every day. Something that's annoying. Something that you don't quite enjoy doing, but you know it's good for you. And even doing that, you are building your trust with yourself. You are building that, there's a word for it. You're building a sense of responsibility and determination and concentration, all that good stuff. For me, I started gymming. I don't like the gym. To me, it's overwhelming. There are gym bros, everyone's lifting weights, and there are a lot of people. And it's like the mall. You know, sometimes when you go to a mall, you just feel anxious. Well, that's me because of everyone around you and all these energies just there in like one huge room. Or I don't know what a mall is. It's like a room, it's like a building. Ugh, I don't know. But the mall overwhelms me. And so does the gym. So I started gymming and I got my headphones on, and I do not think about anyone else. It's just me building my healthy habit for me. In our heads, we tend to set expectations that we don't even know that we're setting. We have these values that we don't even know about. We just have them in our head, and then we get disappointed and scared and insecure if those expectations don't get met. Yeah, we have hidden subconscious standards for ourselves that we don't even know about. So the sooner you find those out and you dig deep within yourself and find them out, that's when it will get a little bit easier. Well, I think I'm done for today. I could talk for years. I love talking. Make me stop for a little bit. But I hope you have an amazing day. I love you. I want you to stay true to yourself and do one thing a day that is healthy and that will better your future. Because all the little stuff that you do each day, trust me, they're gonna pay off. Your life may seem boring if you get FOMO or the feeling that you're missing out on something. Trust me. You're focusing on you. You're loving you. You're doing your best for you. And it's gonna pay off one way or another. I love you. Alone time is great. But love everyone and everything around you as well. And don't forget about your boundaries. I don't mean ignoring them. Boundaries are important too. I love you. I'll see you in my next video.